Part 12. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 111. Chi Chi Wei, what are you pretending to be? The main body came over and said, a projection condensed some divine power, and there were many criticisms, the immortal dragon said with displeasure. Lin Chen. This dragon is really big and has not run away. You are looking for death, the abyss demon god was furious. Monsters emerged one after another. This place itself was a hatchery. Countless platinum and diamond level monsters came from the depths of the secret realm to kill them. There is still a lot of garbage, the immortal true dragon said indifferently. Purple gold light beams burst out directly. The entire secret realm was crumbling. Let your true body come over and fight with me. This garbage is not up to the mark, the immortal true dragon said calmly. Countless monsters were annihilated, a strong group. Lin Chen's eyes were filled with light, and he almost shouted 666 from the side. The abyss demon god gritted his teeth, this dragon deceived the demon too much. Enough fun, there are still some good things in it, just enough for your daughter and my apprentice, Mu Sweking said slowly. Well, although it is some garbage, it is really good. Immortality is true, nodded. You dare, the abyss demon god was furious, as if he knew what Mu Sweking and the immortal dragon were going to do. Dare or not? You will know it just by looking at him. He is quite courageous and actually established a military camp in the hinterland of the human race. The immortal true dragon looked deeply at this abyss demon god. If it weren't for the endless dimensional barriers, it would be just a four-legged snake, the demon god of the abyss said with some frustration. I'm waiting for you to come over. Do you dare to come? The immortal true dragon looked at the abyss demon god. The abyss demon god. I don't want to lose face. I can't even say a harsh word. If you can really come over, why bother to expend your energy, waste your divine power, and condense the projection? But you can really come over, this abyss demon god does not dare to come over. This world is too dangerous, and this abyss demon god has also figured out the identity of the immortal true dragon. Compared to the immortal true dragon, that woman is the most dangerous. Thinking of this, the abyss demon god, I just want to scold my mother. I'm so unlucky. Why did I meet these monsters? But I still have to say harsh words. Waiting for our arrival is when this world will be annihilated, the demon god of the abyss roared, taking a deep look at this secret realm, feeling a little distressed. He paid a lot for this barracks, and his collection was reduced by half. But there is nothing he can do now. The projection gradually disappears, the abyss demon god directly abandoned the secret realm. Do I allow you to leave? Come when you want and leave when you want? What do you think this is? Mu Sweking said indifferently. Purple gold light rose. The ultimate brilliance, and some divine rings appeared on Mu Sweking's body. Lin Chen felt dizzy after taking a look, and his chest was tight and he thought about vomiting blood. Don't look, that's a divine ring, Qiao Na said to Lin Chen. Mu Sweking's lazy aura disappeared. Like an extremely domineering king, 3,000 blue hairs were flying. The purple gold light condensed into a big hand, directly covering the world, and this statue, the projection, is shrouded in it. Hateful, the demon god of the abyss roared and tried to struggle. But it was useless. How dare you steal the power of my great Saxic demon? I remember you, the demon god of the abyss roared. Even though he was saying harsh words, he was still worried. He was even more depressed and bitter. Who would be so lucky to meet such a pervert? Steal. This king wants it, but you dare not give it to me, Mu Sweking said indifferently, looking at the abyss demon god from above. Compared with the weak and helpless abyss demon god, Mu Sweking is the real big demon. The purple gold hand shrouded down, directly compressing the projection of the abyss demon god. Lin Chen, Qiao Na. What? Lin Chen is speechless. Is this abyss demon so rubbish? He only knows how to talk. What Jiao Na is speechless is that by doing this, Mu Swecking is undoubtedly robbing others by force. Divine power, but the most terrifying thing is that this abyss demon god has no choice but to say harsh words. Damn it, Saksk made his last voice with frustration. His will was directly polished and refined by Mu Swecking. He was extremely domineering and powerful. The projection of the abyss demon god was directly refined by Mu Swecking into a ball of light the size of a table tennis ball. Too little, Mu Swecking said lightly. Kiana. To be honest, Kiana looked at Mu Swecking's injured divine power light ball with envy. That one is the purest divine power. Divine power is the foundation of gods, and its effect is also very important. Variety. It's like snake oil. I'll give this half to you, go back and get your daughter, and leave the other half to my apprentice, Mu Swecking said slowly. The divine light group was divided directly, half of it was given to the immortal dragon, and the other half was kept by Mu Swecking. The boss's apprentice is so happy, Lin Chen said with some sigh. People are more irritating than others. This is the advantage of having a backer. If you don't have a backer, you can only rely on yourself for everything. Jiao Na looked at Lin Chen with a strange look. But she didn't say it out loud, probably only Lin Chen doesn't know. At the same time, he is also a little envious. But there are some things that cannot be envied. Work hard, kid, the immortal dragon said something to Lin Chen. Lin Chen was a little confused, but what else could he do if the boss said so? Okay, boss, I will work hard. Kiana was speechless. This guy is hopeless. Let's go, there's nothing good in this secret realm, Mu Swecking said calmly. A violent scene was staged again. Her slender fingers directly tore apart the space. In a simple and crude way, she directly connected to the outside planet number 18. There is no need for this secret realm to exist, Mu Swecking said lightly. As he walked out of the secret realm, a series of terrifying lines appeared in the secret realm. To put it more vividly, these lines intertwined into a huge iron box. The secret realm was like a balloon being filled into the iron box. It was continuously compressed and destroyed. As for explosion, can the explosion of the balloon destroy the iron box that wrapped it? It is definitely impossible. As the iron box continues to shrink, everything in this secret realm, they were all compressed and condensed. Lin Chen. Jiao Na. Although Lin Chen knew that Mu Swecking was awesome, he didn't expect to be so awesome. Jiao Na felt a little distressed. It was a secret realm, and it just didn't exist. Ah! It is not a simple matter to open up a secret realm. It would be great to keep it. Mu Swecking felt that it was nothing. As the secret realm was broken, compressed, and condensed, it finally formed a spar that shone with silver light. Yes, I didn't expect that a space seed would be condensed this time, Mu Swecking said with a hint of surprise. After most of the secret realms were compressed, more disappeared and destroyed, and few left space seeds. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 112. Space seeds, to put it bluntly, are seeds that can open up a secret realm in the body. This is a good thing. It grows with the growth of strength, and can even evolve into a real world. Do you want to continue, or should I take you back directly? Mu Swecking asked Lin Chen and Jiao Na, mainly asking Lin Chen. Jiao Na just happened by the way. The task is not completed yet, I am too weak, Lin Chen gritted his teeth and said. Only this time did he realize how weak he is. In his own eyes, he is an invincible existence. But in Mu Swecking's eyes, he is just like an ant. The gap is too big. Okay, it's not a big problem anyway, just practice hard, I'll leave first if I have something else to do, Mu Swecking said lightly. Kindness, Lin Chen nodded, and Jiao Na also nodded. Just like a daughter-in-law seeing her parents-in-law, she looked at Mu Swecking with awe. After Mu Swecking left, Jiao Na breathed a sigh of relief. What are you doing? You seem to be afraid of Teacher Mu. Lin Chen looked at Jiao Na and asked. Jiao Na rolled her eyes at Lin Chen. Can she not be afraid? The ignorant are really fearless. Is it because she doesn't know Mu Sueking's identity that Lin Chen behaves so freely? Jiao Na slowly I thought about it. But then I thought about it and didn't know what to say. Since Mu Sueking didn't say anything, it was hard for me to speak. It just depends on when this idiot will realize it. Do you have a good relationship with Teacher Mu? Jonah thought for a while and asked Lin Chen. Very good. I guess, but every time I trained alone, I was beaten severely, Lin Chen said. The corners of his mouth twitched for a while. Train alone, Jiao Na looked at Lin Chen speechlessly. This guy is so blessed. How many people have thought about such an opportunity? This guy still dislikes it? Let's go, find a place to rest first, I need to recover, Lin Chen grinned, and the pain on his back reminded Lin Chen. On the Shenlong Star, in the Supreme Commander's mansion. These guys are too lazy. All the people from the space monitoring station of the K-18 experimental planet are sent to the border of the human star field for 50 years before they are allowed to come back, Mu Sueking said lightly. Okay, do you have any other instructions? Supreme Commander Long Xingfeng looked at Mu Sueking and wiped the cold sweat from her forehead. No, but next time, don't be the commander of Shenlong Star, let's go to the border together. Mu Sueking glanced at Long Xingfeng lightly. No. Guaranteed there won't be a next time. Long Xingfeng nodded hurriedly. The guy from the abyss actually built a barracks and arrived at his doorstep. Fortunately, it was discovered in time this time. If not discovered, I think you know the consequences, Mu Sueking said lightly, and then left directly. The planets where the other top 10 colleges are located are all the same, and the masters of each major planet have been severely punished. It's just that the people are different, but the master was naturally angry. He was taught a lesson for no reason, so he naturally wanted to take it out on others. Of course, Lin Chen didn't know about these things. It had nothing to do with him. Now Lin Chen is still on the planet. He is using advanced genes. The nutrient solution restored the injuries on his body. The injuries were not serious, but they looked scary. The skin on Lin Chen's back looked like it had been severely burned. Fortunately, it was only scratched a little, especially because Lin Chen himself was an extreme physical practitioner. Because of that. So the injury was not too serious, but even so, Lin Chen was in terrible pain. Fortunately, there was the existence of high-level genetic medicine, which was still very effective against this kind of trauma. 3 hours later, Lin Chen's trauma was completely gone, recovered. She shed a layer of skin directly. It looks a bit scary. Are you ready? Jiao Na asked Lin Chen. Well, that's it, Lin Chen nodded. Monster, Jiao Na looked at Lin Chen and said slowly, although this kind of injury is just a superficial wound, the only one who can recover so fast is Lin Chen's physical training. Let's go and clean up those monsters together before we go back, Lin Chen said slowly. Training, improving strength, and physical training in combat are the best ways to improve strength. In the next 3 days, nothing unexpected happened. This time, it was just Lin Chen. Bad luck will break out sooner or later, but it happened to Lin Chen. Isn't this bad luck? Gone? Think I can come to Shenlong University to find me, Lin Chen said to Jiao Na with a smile on his face. Only a ghost will miss you. Qiana's face turned red and she said angrily. In 3 days, they experienced the horror of life and death. They didn't talk about their feelings, but their relationship was definitely much better. And also he did some embarrassing things more than once. Anyway, Lin Chen basically suppressed evil every day and night. Gone, Lin Chen said with a smile and hugged Jiao Na after leaving this time. I don't know when we will see each other next time. Maybe it will be very soon or very slowly. Chiao Na also boarded the spacecraft. One towards the Bald Eagle Star, one towards Shenlongzing, each returned to his own school. Came back, Lin Chen was naked to the waist and returned to the Shenlong planet from planet number 18 like a savage. It attracted sideways glances from passers-by around him. Lin Chen's mouth twitched. Next time, prepare a few more clothes to put in the ring. He took a taxi back. At home, after taking a good shower, Lin Chen looked at himself in the mirror. Still so handsome, okay. Lin Chen said with a smile on his face. He walked towards Shenlong University. Beep beep beep. No way, Lin Chen looked at the red light flashing on his wrist. Evil thing. How lucky is this? Lin Chen touched his head and looked at the distance. Not far away from me, there are almost overlapping light spots, one red and one green. Are these guys so brave now? Lin Chen murmured. He walked along the light spot. A gorgeous woman appeared in front of Lin Chen. The beauty was a beauty, but I didn't know if she was a human being. The red light spot flashing on her wrist was this woman. Lin Chen's expression did not change at all, and he followed this woman until he reached the door of a massage parlor. Lin Chen. Would you like to come in and play, little handsome guy? A pretty woman at the door said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen looked at the ant with a serious expression. Is this a regular massage parlor? Lin Chen said with a straight face and a dissatisfied face. The ant was stunned for a moment, then smiled and said, of course it is legal. Formal? Who's going to be a serious person? Lin Chen curled his lips and left directly. Auntie's face twitched. This person B must have done it on purpose. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 113. Mad, we've reached the monster den. Lin Chen's little heart couldn't help beating. The moment he got closer, Lin Chen glanced at the injured watch. There were densely packed red light spots. There were only a few or dozens of them. If he hadn't been close, he wouldn't have been able to detect it. This is also an accident. These monsters are well disguised. If Lin Chen hadn't discovered it accidentally, he really didn't know there were so many scary things right next door to his house. Damn it, this world is really dangerous, Lin Chen thought to himself, and then walked towards the school. He must tell Mu Sweking about this matter. This thing is right next door to him. It is too dangerous. The straight line distance is only 100 meters. Lin Chen arrived Shenlong University, entered Mu Sweking's office directly. Sure enough, Mu Sweking was here. Teacher Mu's task is completed, I'm here to hand in the task. Lin Chen looked at Mu Sweking and said. Mu Sweking nodded and looked at Lin Chen. Lin Chen's strength has become stronger again. Although he has not broken through Bronze 5, he is already at the limit. He can enter Bronze 6 after breaking through the small limit 3 times at most. Teacher Mu, when can I go to the Star Beast's secret realm? Lin Chen said to Mu Sweking. Whenever you have time, anytime. Mu Sweking said lazily. Anything else? Mu Sweking looked at Lin Chen and asked before Lin Chen left the exit. That's it, Teacher Mu, I discovered a den of evil things. Lin Chen said with a twitching corner of his mouth, and told Mu Sweking what he had discovered. Right next to your house? Then your luck is really good, you have encountered such rare things, and nothing has happened yet, Mu Sweking said in a funny tone. Lin Chen's mouth twitched. Is this a joke now? At night, there will be people going there at night, so you can also join in. Last time you killed only the lowest evil things. Since this is a den, there should be cultists in it. Always listen to me. Use. You need to go and see for yourself. In addition, it is best not to touch the things inside casually. It is very troublesome and cruel, Mu Sweking said slowly. Nu Lin Chen nodded. Then he left the office and returned home, waiting for the evening time to come. In the afternoon, Quina returned home directly. "Dear, are you back?" Quina looked at Lin Chen with a hint of surprise in her eyes, and directly gave Lin Chen a real flesh bomb impact. She almost choked Lin Chen to death. "I feel like I can't live long like this," Lin Chen said with some worry, looking at the terrifying evil. It was so evil that he almost suffocated Lin Chen to death. "Why?" Quina looked at Lin Chen innocently and asked. "Lin Chen, by the way, when you go to bed at night, don't come out no matter what happens outside, you know?" Lin Chen said to Quina with a serious face. Honey, is something going to happen tonight?" Quina asked Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded. This is Lin Chen's first experience with this incident. "I don't know whether it is a big or small thing, but it is too close to his home. No matter what, Lin Chen doesn't want anything to happen to Quina. After all, she is his woman, and Lin Chen doesn't want Quina to get hurt because of something like this." "Okay, I listen dear, but I want to compete with you tomorrow," Quina said to Lin Chen. "Good," Lin Chen nodded. At night, Lin Chen looked at the time. It was almost 1 o'clock. The news came from the watch. Lin Chen looked at Quina, who was sleeping soundly, and went straight out. The dark red armor covered Lin Chen's body, the law enforcer. The black swallowing euphorbia hung diagonally on Lin Chen's back. When Lin Chen arrived at the gathering place, he found that besides himself, there was a white figure who felt almost like himself. He is new to the industry. The others are all seniors, and the fluctuations coming from his aura are at least gold level. "New here, what's your code name?" One of them, who was wearing a golden armor and seemed to be the captain of this operation, asked Lin Chen. "Code name?" Lin Chen looked at the man wearing the golden armor in confusion. "If you are new to the industry, look at the mark on the watch on your hand." "What is your code name?" "My name is Jin. Just call me Captain Kim." The code-named ghost next to him is wearing dark black armor. "The gray-black one over there is Zero. As for the white one, he is a blood-colored spiritual dragon who is new to the industry like you." Jin said this with a hint of respect in his tone. The person he respects is not this person, but this code name, which has a different meaning. Lin Chen looked at the code name displayed on the watch on his wrist, Immortal True Dragon. "The Immortal Dragon," Lin Chen said slowly. It was a bit strange, but this code name is still quite domineering. Jin's body froze. "What the hell is this? Are you leading the prince's team? A bloody spiritual dragon and an immortal true dragon?" Thinking of this, Jin wanted to calm down with a cigarette. And the most important thing is that these two guys don't seem to know the meaning of these two unique code names. Team leader, Ling Gang wanted to say something, but was interrupted by Jin. "The action has begun. There is no need to say anything else. You two are new here. It's your first time to take a good look at it and learn it carefully. If you don't understand, just ask," Jin said softly. Hearing Jin's words, the corner of Zero's mouth twitched. It was also Jin who first entered the industry, but this guy was very cold and said nothing. This was the first time he treated a newcomer with such a gentle tone. According to as for Jin, he is not that easy to be a law enforcer. He is really his own nanny. "But now, let's go," Jin said in a deep voice. The five of them headed directly towards the massage parlor where Lin Chen found their den and appeared outside the massage parlor under the cover of night. "Ghost, more than just space enchantments," Jin said slowly. "Learn." The ghost began to take out cylindrical objects one by one and place them around the entire massage parlor, isolating the entire massage parlor. "Here we go," Jin said in a deep voice. A light blue barrier rose up, directly isolating the entire massage parlor floor from the outside. "Now here you only need to enter, but you are not allowed to leave. This is the first time for you two to perform such a task, so watch and learn well." Remember not to trust anyone, not even children or the elderly. Jin ordered. Move, ghost, 0 alert, you two follow me, Jin said in a deep voice, and red dots appeared densely on the red watch on Lin Chen's wrist. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 114. I have no other requirements for your first mission, as long as you don't get hurt. In addition, there is only one word for any evil thing, kill. Jin's tone contained a chilling air. Nu Lin Chen nodded. Learn, a cold female voice sounded. The action begins, Jin said, and kicked open the door of the massage parlor. Looking through the glass outside, everything inside was very normal, a little dim under the dark red light. But Lin Chen had just stepped into the massage parlor. In an instant, an extreme malice strikes. This malice is not directed at anyone, but against any living being, including the evil camp. Compared to the abyss demons, these ghosts are the most terrifying. As far as the eye can see, they are all corridors of flesh and blood. It's completely different from the normal massage parlors you see outside. If the sanity value is lower than 50, behead him on the spot. There is no way to save him. This is the real face of this massage parlor, the flesh and blood corridor, Jin said lightly, with a very calm tone. Jin didn't know how many times he had seen this hellish scenery. After a brief period of discomfort, Lin Chen felt much better. He looked at whether the man in the white armor was better than himself. Where to go? I feel much better. I'm not that rubbish. In addition, this place can also be called an inner space, and generally cultists will live in this kind of inner space. It looks normal from the outside, but you have to go inside to discover what's inside, Jin said calmly. Ah, a piercing scream sounded. One head was naked, but its head turned into something like a tentacle. It was deformed and grotesque, and the evil thing with its teeth and claws attacked Jin. This lowest evil thing is called the tentacle girl, Jin said calmly, raised his hand and shot a headshot directly. The tentacled woman fell to the ground, her body still twitching. Dark red blood flowed out. The tentacle female E-level evil creature is equivalent to a bronze-level beast master. Although this kind of evil thing is only E-level, it can disguise itself very well. It usually disguises itself as a beautiful woman to seduce men. As for why, it probably goes without saying, you should also understand, Jin said calmly. In addition, this tentacled woman usually only appears among the followers of Solidos, the evil god of lust and pain. For the believers of this sect, the evil god in the envelope is not normal. Ahem, to be precise, all the evil gods are abnormal, otherwise they would not be called evil gods. These believers generally have lust and pain to please this evil god. Please ask these evil gods for blessings. Award, Jin said slowly, while explaining to Lin Chen and the blood spirit dragon. He led Lin Chen and the blood spirit dragon towards the flesh and blood corridor. Lin Chen looked at these strange murals on the flesh and blood corridor. Ma Derby is more heavy-handed than those pornographic comics. It's really exciting, everyone knows it. Various murals appeared in front of Lin Chen. Jin led Lin Chen and the two of them into the flesh and blood corridor. A feast was going on held. A shocking scene appeared in the eyes of Lin Chen and others. In addition to the tentacle women, there were also some men, but these men enjoyed the tentacle women all the time. They all understood. Damn it, this kind of thing makes me want to vomit just looking at it, Lin Chen thought with disgust. Let's get to work. This is considered a small cult den. Kill them. If the sanity value is below 50%, kill them directly. Do not hesitate. Start, Jin said slowly. Lin Chen took out the devouring euphorbia and jumped directly from the second floor wearing dark red armor. The blood spirit dragon held a sharp long knife, bright silver, with a sharp aura. The exit of the corridor of flesh is on the second floor of the banquet hall. In addition, there is a statue of the evil god Sally Das in the center of the banquet. The upper body is a stunning woman, but the lower body has countless tentacles and skulls, which is grotesque. Absurd to the extreme, a combination of beauty and ugliness. None of these things are good, Lin Chen murmured, and the black euphorbia with the purple thunder directly chopped a tentacled woman to death on the spot. She was also buried with a man whose sanity value was lower than 50. After all, the two of them were doing that kind of thing. To die under the peonies is to be a ghost. Way to go, brother. Lin Chen said lightly. Hiss, a terrifying and eerie neighing sound sounded. On the other side, a red spiritual power of the blood spirit dragon appeared on the figure of the white and silver armor, but it carried an extremely cold power of frost. I have never seen this woman, and I don't know who she is. Lin Chen had a trace of doubt in his heart. Captain, don't you need to help? The ghost came over and said to Jin. Need not. They come to experience gilding, unlike us, Jin said bitterly. Ghost. Roar. With a roar, a huge tentacle burst out of the ground. A huge deformed fusion tentacle monster appeared in front of Lin Chen. It seemed like an enlarged version of the tentacle woman, with dozens of female faces on this huge body. Howling above. It is simply a complete source of mental pollution. It's so disgusting, I'll die. The swallowing euphorbia in Lin Chen's hand flashed with thunder. Roar. With a terrifying roar, a thick tentacle swept directly towards Lin Chen. Gan. Silver. Lin Chen felt the terrifying power coming from the big halberd, but he did not retreat. The woman with polymerized tentacles is probably not something they can deal with, Zero said slowly. As I continue reading, I am saying, you are still young and do not understand the meaning of these code names, Jin said calmly. Moonflower. Round dance, a bright moonlight fell on the white and silver armor, and finally turned into a blood-colored light, carrying a terrifying power of extreme cold, as if it was about to freeze everything. The body danced with it, dancing under the blood-colored moonlight. A dance of killing. Tentacles were cut and frozen. It looks like I'm going to take it seriously too. Lin Chen murmured. Purple-red thunder bloomed. A reverse dragon appeared behind Lin Chen, and then overlapped with Lin Chen's body. The war dragon dived. The terrifying force directly caused the ground to completely shatter. The reverse dragon, a roaring sound sounded. The devouring euphorbia pierced directly into the body of the polytentacled woman. Roar, a terrifying roar sounded. Lin Chen frowned. This roar carried a spiritual attack. If you want to die, I'll let you die. Lin Chen's voice was cold, and the purple-red thunder spurs condensed. Die. Lin Chen had a fierce light in his eyes, and the devouring halberd in his right hand pierced the body of the converging tentacles woman again. The thunder halberd in his left hand stabbed directly at the converging tentacles woman with purple light. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 115. Just be tough. Zero was a little surprised and said with a twitching corner of his mouth. This is how the immortal dragon fights, Jin said lightly, as if he knew a lot of things, but there were some taboos. Every time it came to his lips, he stopped saying it in the end. Roar, the polymer tentacle woman wailed. The woman with the bloody spirit dragon also took action, and the long knife cut directly on the polymer tentacle woman with a terrifying bloody light. The extremely cold power swept across, and the other side was violent. Thunder. In the end, with a painful roar, the polymer tentacle woman fell directly to the ground. It's over, Lin Chen breathed a sigh of relief. Tired? Tired or not, it's mainly mental fatigue. These monsters are beyond human perspective and put great mental pressure on people. The absurdity and grotesqueness are the result of these evil creatures. True portrayal. Mission completed, Jin said calmly, and destroyed the statue of the goddess with a casual shot. But the next moment, black evil energy burst out. Not good, there was a bad premonition in Jin's eyes. Evil weapon. This statue is actually an evil weapon. Damn it, These ghosts will cause some trouble even after they die, they are dishonest, Jin said angrily, looking at the black evil spirit with a hint of solemnity in his eyes. To put it bluntly, these things are the things that connect the evil gods in the subspace. In layman's terms, they are telephones. These cultists pray. Time, it can be transmitted to the ears of those evil gods through this, regardless of the distance of dimensions. Who is it? A hoarse voice sounded. A figure was slowly condensing. Warning, warning, your sanity is decreasing. The voice of artificial intelligence came from Lin Chen's armor. Sanity is decreasing? Don't feel anything. Lin Chen seemed to feel that nothing had changed. He looked at the body of the woman with gathered tentacles on the ground. Suddenly he felt a strange sense of beauty. But the next moment, Lin Chen woke up. Gan, Lin Chen broke into a cold sweat behind his back. Lower your head, don't look at this thing, Jin's voice sounded. Lin Chen lowered his head and closed his eyes. He was distorted unconsciously, and he actually felt that those things were beautiful. This is so damn poisonous, absolutely poisonous. What should we do now? Team leader, Zero's breathing is a little heavy. Close your eyes and I'll figure it out, Jin said with heavy eyes. After destroying a group of cultists, these guys actually have evil weapons. Although this condensed phantom is a god after all, it does not contain even a trace of divine power, just breath. This caused terrible changes to happen to everything around. It seemed as if it had come alive. Even inanimate objects like the table and the earth were squirming. Not to mention the tentacled women and the seduced men. Corpse. What a hassle, there was a stern look in Jin's eyes, and the two high-particle light energy pistols in his hands lit up. Let me see if you are still so scary without divinity, Jin murmured. Bang. Gunshots rang out. The battle began. Jin was wearing a golden nano-strength armor. The pistol condensed metallic bullets and was fired from the high-particle light energy pistol. Not only did it have a terrifying, the kinetic energy also has a strong armor-piercing ability. In addition, the metal itself has a sharp attribute. Under the action of the high-particle light energy gun, it directly penetrated the body of the phantom and directly opened a large hole in the wall. It penetrated directly to the outer barrier. It's really troublesome and gives me a headache, Jin murmured. The metallicity on his body disappeared, and the holy light attribute bloomed. For any evil camp creature, the holy light attribute has a suppressive effect. Of course, it depends on the target. Think of these evil gods and so on, even if it has a trace of divinity, which cannot be suppressed by the holy light. But this is just the body of the evil god with a ray of breath gathered on it. Holy light. Disgusting stuff, Sally Das screamed and grabbed Jin directly with a terrifying claw mark. A counterfeit is a counterfeit. Even if you have a trace of divine power, I won't be so arrogant. But if you go kill an A-level CIE, I don't know how many you will kill, Jin said softly. The holy light bullets exploded directly. Can guns still be played like this? Lin Chen looked at Jin's performance, his miraculous marksmanship, and his relaxed and freehand fighting style. He was a little envious, but this requires talent. And with guns, Lin Chen prefers close combat. He can learn from it in the future. But not now, it is good to have another way of fighting. The holy light bullets gathered into a barrage, directly suppressing Sally Das, who was transformed by this breath. The evil breath was gradually purified by the holy light. Waste time, Jin said lightly, with a lot of solemnity in his eyes. He was taking advantage, but the actual battle was not that easy. Ah, the scream sounded. Roar? Just yelling at your mother will make you stronger? Is there any variation you can try for me? Jin said disdainfully. The next moment, the evil aura burst out. The corpse on the ground began to squirm. Something flesh-colored like mercury flowed and converged on the counterfeit Sally Das. Jin. Tough luck, Jin secretly complained in his heart, calling you a bitch, now it's better, You are so angry. Lin Chen was also a little speechless, this captain, a little bit tongue-tied. Bang bang bang. Jin suppressed with all his strength, and kept firing his pistol to purify those squirming flesh and blood. Lin Chen didn't dare to raise his head or look directly at this thing. The same goes for the woman codenamed Bloody Spirit Dragon, and the same goes for Ghost and Zero. Their strength is too low, and it is easy to be contaminated if they look directly at it. Pollution is no joke. Just for a short moment, Lin Chen's three views were directly distorted silently. This is the most terrifying thing. Again, Jin looked at the hot pistol. He knew that if he continued to shoot, his pistol would be scrapped. I believed you're evil today, but I still don't believe I can kill you, the blonde said fiercely. He took out a golden Gatling directly from the space ring. Lin Chen's mouth twitched. Roar, fake Sally Das roared. Call you mom? I must save you today. Damn, I still don't believe it. Jin lifted Gartley and injected spiritual power into his body. The storm of bullets directly penetrated the squirming flesh and blood of the fake evil god Sally Das. Mad, do you have the guts to continue evolving and show me? Jin said angrily. Roar, the roar sounded again. This time, it was not just a storm of evil energy. Even the entire house and the corridor of flesh and blood were surging and deforming. Captain, please stop talking, Zero said with some tears in his eyes. The corner of Jin's mouth twitched. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 116. This bee is poisonous. Lin Chen felt a little pain in his head. What the hell, you're just playing chicken. Can something that evolved from just a breath be so powerful? None of these evil gods are really simple. Damn. We can't go on like this, Zero, Ghost, you two lead them to retreat. Jin said in a deep voice, complaining secretly in his heart, but he couldn't show it. He is the strongest here. If his performance is so unbearable, how can he stabilize the morale of the army? Captain, what about you? Zero asked Jin. I am the queen, you go now. Jin gritted his teeth and said. As an old man, if it weren't for the fact that there were two more princes in the team, how could he be so desperate? He ran away as early as the moment the evil god's aura evolved and applied for support from the bureau. But it doesn't work now. There are two more princes in the team. If something goes wrong, he, the captain, may be gone immediately. Thinking of this, Jin became angrier and angrier. Walk Ghost and Ling, along with Lin Chen and the woman in white armor, left directly first. The squirming ground and the squirming walls seemed to be made of real flesh and blood. These things that were originally dead were all destroyed under the influence of the evil god's breath. Come to life. This is a bit nonsense. Escape from the nest of flesh and blood. Lin Chen breathed heavily. This kind of A-level, or even surpassing A-level evil thing is really not something that he, a bronze scum, can solve. Mentality. The gap between your health and your destiny cannot be solved by just yelling and exploding. What to do next? Lin Chen looked over and asked, Go Ling. I don't know how to do it, but the battle is not over yet, the ghost said in a deep voice. Looking at his watch. Lin Chen also looked at the watch on his hand. Hundreds of red dots were approaching like here. Get ready for battle, Zero. Newcomers just need to protect themselves, the ghost said in a deep voice. Outside the light blue barrier, a tentacled woman was standing outside the barrier looking at Lin Chen and others. Lin Chen. I would like to ask how many people have joined the cult. Lin Chen said slowly. Who knows about this kind of thing? There are always some fools who can't help but be seduced by evil gods and fall into their arms, the ghost said angrily. But this can be regarded as dark under the lamp. There is an evil god's lair right next to Shenlong University. I didn't expect this, Zero said slowly. Hiss, the ear-piercing scream sounded. The shit is coming, get ready, Ling said in a deep voice. The tentacled women and the four who defended the immortal directly launched a charge like Lin Chen. Bring it on, Lin Chen had a hint of ferocity in his eyes. His sanity had returned to more than 80, and just now it had fallen to 70 or even below 60 under the influence of Dao. But it was just a matter of a moment. The purple-red thunder struck Lin Chen. Jumping on the body without wasting too much spiritual energy is not worth it. The most taboo in such a battle is extravagance and waste. What Lin Chen wants to do is to solve the battle in the simplest way. As the first tentacled woman was directly killed by Lin Chen, split open. Blood scattered all over the ground. The battle began. With hundreds of tentacled women, it would take a long time to kill a pig even if it stood there, not to mention these tenacious monsters, each of which still carries a spiritual oppression and pollution. Ordinary people would go crazy when they see something like this. It goes beyond the limits of human aesthetics and three views. I don't know how long it took, but Lin Chen became more and more exhausted mentally, and there was no big problem with his physical strength. The most important thing, it's just spiritual. The tentacle girls haven't been completely wiped out yet, and there are still a few dozen scattered ones left. You guys rest first, and the next call is for me and the ghost, Zero said slowly. He looked at Lin Chen, who was completely dyed red, and the woman in white armor. Lin Chen nodded and didn't try to be brave. Now he was too mentally exhausted and couldn't handle it properly. There will be a big problem. Obviously the white woman also knew this and started to rest. Bang! A golden figure flew directly out of the flesh and blood house. Team leader! Zero shouted to Jin, a little worried. Stop howling, I'm not dead yet, I can't stand it anymore, this guy has too much flesh and blood, it can't be purified in a short time, and now more tentacle girls are coming, Jin said with some pain in his balls. And why are you so sad? I'm not dead yet. Don't think I don't know what you little bitch wants to do. Jin said angrily. Ahem, doesn't that match the atmosphere? Who knew you were so tough? Even if you didn't die, I already wanted to know what you would do after you came to power, Zero muttered. You really have bad intentions, you bitch. I will purify you first. Jin got up from the ground and said angrily. Stop it, Captain. Zero, what should we do now? The ghost said in a deep voice. What can be done? Withdraw. Looking for support, Jin said in a deep voice. What to do here? Lin Chen was a little dumbfounded. What the hell are you talking about here? If these things run out, everything around them must be destroyed. Don't worry, they shouldn't be able to get out if the barrier is there, Jin said slowly. Click. Cracks appeared in the light blue barrier. Lin Chen. Ghost. Blood Spirit Dragon. Zero. What are you looking at me for? Does it have anything to do with me? Was it me who broke the barrier? Jin said a little irritably. It seemed like it was his own problem. Captain, I beg you to be a human being and stop talking, the ghost said in a panic. It's over now. If the hell escapes, it's hard for the two newcomers to say, but they will definitely bear the main responsibility. Gan, Jin said with some pain in his balls. Why the hell can't you just stay here and wait for me to call someone? Are you going to force me to kill you? Jin Wrath also came up and wanted to paddle. But now it seems that it is completely impossible. If the barrier is broken and the evil god's breath is transmitted, it will be difficult to deal with. As for why not summon the star beast, the destructive power of the one star beast is too great. I am afraid that this place will be broken immediately. The most important thing of the barrier is to isolate the evil energy. Secondly, the resistance of the star beast to the evil god is far lower than that of the beast master. Compared to the beast master, the star beast is more easily polluted. This is why after the beast master is contaminated, the star beast basically cannot escape the fate of being polluted. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 117. Mothu, if you don't want me to have a good time, how can I help you? Jin said a little irritably. He put away all the pistols and took out a black iron sword. Wait, honestly, you will be willing to do it only if I kill you, right? Jin murmured. The aura of light rose like a small sun. The firepower was fully turned on. Lin Chen looked at Jin, a little confused. This guy has such strength, why didn't he show it out earlier? He still has to wait until now. We had to move reinforcements. Li Ling's next words answered Lin Chen's doubts. This shitty guy is finally leaving. It has been occupying this position for more than 10 years, Ling murmured with a hint of excitement in his tone. Lin Chen looked at Ling. Ling coughed. Well, why didn't the captain show such strength before? Lin Chen looked at the fake evil god Sally Das, who evolved with the evil god's aura, rubbing Jin on the ground. It was completely different from what he had shown before. He is an old bastard. This person B has been in this team for at least 10 years. Ever since I joined, this guy has been in this position and has been messing around, Ling Yuyo said resentfully. Others who joined the law enforcement at the same time as him have all been promoted to captains. Only he met an old gangster who is still a team member and has not even become a small captain. It's really miserable. Lin Chen. So why is this? Lin Chen asked Ling. Of course, this guy is afraid of death. After being promoted, this guy will leave the team and perform some dangerous tasks. This guy is afraid of death, so he has been hanging around. He can't hang around today. Hey, here's my chance, Zero said slowly. Lin Chen. Jin on one side directly pressed the bubbling evil god Sally Das and beat it violently on the ground. The power of white light continued to rise, purifying the squirming flesh and blood. Hee, this old bastard is finally leaving. Zero had a smile on his face and couldn't help but laugh out loud. He had been a member for more than 10 years. He finally turned around today. What the hell, if you don't make it easy for me, I will make it easy for you. Jin looked at the fake evil god who was twisted and died unhappily. The power of light bloomed and purified some dirty and twisted things. What a bad luck, Jin looked at the fake evil god on the ground angrily. Under the purification of the power of light, all the filth was dissipating. The twisted flesh and blood no longer moved or squirmed. All my ashes have been given to you. The bright aura on Jin's body disappeared, and then turned into a scorching red high-temperature flame. The flames rose. Together with the squirming flesh and blood houses, they burned fiercely. Jin walked directly out of the flames. Looking at it, he laughed. Zero. You little brat, you've been heading towards the top in one day, and I haven't left yet. Jin slapped Zero on the head angrily. Zero touched his head and didn't dare to speak. But he still couldn't help laughing. Jin glanced at Zero angrily, and then said. This time the mission is completed. Disband, Zero is left to clean up the mess, Jin said lightly. Zero's body stiffened. Revenge, naked revenge. Everyone has worked hard tonight. Go back and have a good rest. I hope to see you again in the future. Let's go, Jin said something and ran away. What he was thinking was, who the hell would come to take these princes to Gilding? It's just a ghost. It's fate. Lin Chen also returned home after a while. He found Quina sleeping. De Zhengxiang went to wash up, then went back to bed and hugged Quina and fell asleep deeply. Mental fatigue, which requires rest to recover, is not physical. The next day, Quina went to bed early, went to school. Lin Chen didn't get up until almost noon. This was the first time Lin Chen got up so late. His mental strength was completely restored, and Lin Chen felt that his mental strength was sharper, especially his willpower was stronger. I don't know if it's my illusion. The most important thing when fighting evil things is whether you have strong willpower. Every evil thing carries mental oppression, and that kind of oppression is enough to make ordinary people go crazy. Start practicing and don't go to see Teacher Mew today, Lin Chen murmured. Practice first. Now Lin Chen is still at Bronze 5. If he wants to break through to Bronze 6, there are still several small limits that he has not broken through. Generally speaking, each small level has 9 small limits. Lin Chen, after careful calculation, each time he would touch the big limit again after breaking through 9 small limits. The big limit requires breaking through the level. Now Lin Chen has only broken through 6 times, and there are still 3 times to go. The most important thing is what's more, each of these 3 breakthroughs requires a lot of resources. Although Lin Chen has just received 3 bottles of Shenlong body forging liquid, he has no plans to use them now. Because Bai Shui is about to break through. The money and points in Lin Chen's hand it was reserved for Bai Shui. 2 days ago, Bai Shui realized that Bing Zhiji was the ultimate. He could evolve at any time. But because of things, it has been delayed until now. Now that he has time, Lin Chen naturally evolved Bai Shui first, and then went sign a new star beast in the secret realm. Come here Bai Shui, Lin Chen looked at Bai Shui and said softly. Compared to Jiao Jiao's irritable temper and bully's laziness, Bai Shui is much quieter. Omniscient I. Name, Ice Elf, Bai Shui. Evolution route, Extreme Fighting Ice Girl, 100% compatibility, materials, Heart of Extreme Ice. Fighting the Ice Girl, Lin Chen murmured. The fit is 100%. He should be able to evolve perfectly, and his qualifications will be improved to epic qualifications. Thinking of this, Lin Chen directly opened the black market and took a look. There was nothing he needed. Accurately, he said that there was nothing that Bai Shui needed. He opened the school's resource mall and found the materials that Bai Shui needed to evolve. But they were all very expensive. The Heart of Extreme Ice required 5,000 points, the Heart of Fighting 10,000, and the Crystal of Ice 100. The total was 16,000. Lin Chen had a total of 30,000 points, and after redeeming them, he still had 14,000 left. Although he was distressed, he also wanted to become stronger, so he bought 4 more bottles of Shenlong body training liquid and spent 4,000. He left an integer of 10,000. In terms of money, Lin Chen now still has 250 million. The materials were quickly delivered. But looking at Bai Shui's appearance, Lin Chen felt a little unsafe, so let's do a lottery first. Thinking of this, Lin Chen directly opened the system and spent 50 million Krypton coins. Let's do a 50-session draw. It is best to draw the transformation pill, which can increase the probability of evolution and is safer. Evolution is not 100% successful. On the contrary, evolution fails everywhere. This is not a good thing for the star beasts. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 118. Failure to evolve will cause the star beast's origin to be lost, which is a permanent loss of origin, and the next evolution will be even more difficult. This is why Lin Chen is extremely cautious about the evolution of the star beast. Ding. The rewards for the first wave of 10 consecutive draws are as follows. Marrow Cleansing Pill X6, thank you for patronizing X1, King Hun X3, and a guaranteed gold card. Lin Chen's face turned dark. It's not a loss, but it's not a gain either. There are 40 more chances, keep going. Lin Chen gritted his teeth and clicked on the lottery again. Ding. The second wave of lottery. Marrow Cleansing Pill X3, thank you for your patronage X4, Green Soul X3, a guaranteed gold card. Why don't you just give me the essence of the soul? Again, Lin Chen's face turned green. King Hun could only decompose into 20 or 30 soul essences at most. In the Supreme Lottery, The soul essences are guaranteed to be 100, which is such a loss of blood. The third wave of lottery, marrow. Cleansing. Pill X3, thank you patronage X1, essence of soul. 100. Finally out, Lin Chen breathed a sigh of relief. This is what he wanted, and now it has finally come out. The fifth wave of lottery draws has given up hope. Just let it go and be more Buddhist. Anyway, this garbage system will not produce anything good. Chapter 1, a treasure chest. Thank you for your patronage, the 10th treasure chest. Thank you for your patronage. Damn it, you damn me, 10 million is really just a guarantee of a gold card. Lin Chen looked at the 10 people thanking him for their patronage and wanted to kill someone. The next moment, a chaotic light rose up. Damn it, Lin Chen jumped up directly. Chaos color is a color that only Emperor-level soul cards can appear. It just came out like this. Why does that song come so often? Without any precautions, you just appeared like this, what's going on? Damn it, this happiness came too suddenly, Lin Chen murmured, and everyone almost laughed stupidly. This is an Emperor-level soul card, a soul card that surpasses the super god level. What if there is a suitable star beast to fuse with it, instead of just maxing out the qualifications? Is this a simple thing? The real dragon appeared in front of Lin Chen. It was ancient and vast, as if it were the center of the world. The surrounding space was distorted. 10 fierce real dragons, Chaos Emperor level, limited, pure-blooded real dragons. You can use them if you understand the dragon's ultimate. Lin Chen. Cowhide, comprehend the ultimate dragon, a pure-blooded true dragon. It's easy to say that dragon's ultimate is the best, but where can Lin Chen find the pure-blooded true dragon? Isn't this a scam? Although he said this, Lin Chen's face almost burst into laughter. Just kidding, can you be unhappy? Sure enough, you have to go deep into Europe. Lin Chen took a closer look at the other 4 golden cards at this time. They were, Aoki Pheasant, Whitebeard, Sephiroth, and a golden soul card, which was a simple soul card. Existences like green souls and white souls. Gan. Can this thing appear on golden soul cards? Lin Chen felt that he had been cheated. This dog system is still rubbish. Lin Chen decomposed it without thinking and obtained the essence of 1,000 souls. Lin Chen already had more than 4,000 soul essences in his hands. Almost 5,000 soul essences. Aoki Pheasant, Golden Legend, Limited, Ice Attribute, Humanoid can be used. Note, spirit cards of the same attribute can be used superimposed and require the assistance of 1,000 soul essences. Whitebeard, Golden Legend, Limited to, Vibration Attribute, Humanoid type can be used. Sephiroth, Golden Legend, Limited to, Fallen Angel type can be used. Sephiroth. It would be great if I could equip it. If nothing else, it is handsome, a one-winged angel. Think about it, you are a handsome bunch, Lin Chen murmured. The biggest boss of Final Fantasy VII, the one-winged angel, Sephiroth. A supernova explosion when you hit him, and he explodes. However, spirit cards with the same attributes can be used superimposed, which is okay. But the previous restrictions are also necessary. Lin Chen murmured. Whitebeard's soul card, to be honest, is this making things difficult for me, Fat Tiger? A vibration attribute spirit card, this special attribute is so easy to find, Lin Chen said to himself. Then he took out the soul card of Qing Pheasant, and also took out 1,000 copies of the soul essence. Then, Lin Chen looked at Jiao Jiao and Bully and looked at the one in his hand. The essence of the soul, with desire in the eyes. Ying ying ying, the bully floated over directly, and his white and tender hands directly grabbed the corner of Lin Chen's clothes and pointed at the bright and shining soul essence in Lin Chen's hand. You want? Lin Chen said tentatively to the bully. Ying ying ying, the bully nodded. Jiao Jiao on the side also walked over without shouting, just looking at Lin Chen. Is this good for you? Lin Chen asked slowly while touching his chin. Ying ying ying, the bully nodded. Okay, I understand, but how about letting your third sister evolve first? Lin Chen said slowly. Ying ying, the bully nodded and let go of Lin Chen. Jiao Jiao also sat down not far away. Come to Big Xiu, fuse this thing, and then eat these things, Lin Chen said to Bai Shui. He gave the soul card and soul essence to Bai Shui. Taking out 1,000 soul essences was no more than the size of Lin Chen's hand. Grumble, Big Xiu obediently fused Qing Pheasant's spirit card first, and after eating the essence of the soul, her body began to shine, and the temperature in the air began to drop. Lin Chen hurriedly took out the transformation pill, and then took out the transformation pill that had just arrived. The heart of extreme ice, the heart of war, and the ice crystals were all placed next to Bai Shui. The blue light rose, and evolution began. While Lin Chen was waiting aside, he also gave Jiao Jiao and Bully respectively the essence of 1,000 souls per person. The two little guys ate it directly, and their bodies were glowing. Lin Chen could feel that the strength of Jiao Jiao and Bully were improving, especially in their attributes. He opened the omniscient eye to check. Originally the potential value was only 55%, and it had already reached 56%. But it stopped. Lin Chen took out a piece of soul essence. The omniscient eye. Soul essence can be improved. Star Beast comprehension and qualifications. So that's it, Lin Chen murmured. Only now did he understand the true function of the soul essence. It can be exchanged for a gil, but now, it is not enough. Thinking of this, Lin Chen felt a little sick. What the hell, the little guy has 1,000 each, and he still has more than 1,000 left, 1,080 to be precise. It's not enough at all. But he doesn't have much money anymore, and he doesn't have many points anymore. They are all left for his own cultivation. Resources used. We need to open the door, otherwise we won't have enough money, Lin Chen thought with a headache. There is also the task of completing Shenlong University. By the way, Lin Chen looked at his watch. Sure enough, he had 500 more points and 50 experience points. The law enforcers, yesterday reward for completing the task at night. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 119. 600, what can you do? Lin Chen looked at his enforcer points, opened the enforcer mall, and after taking a quick look, Lin Chen closed it directly. Calling you a cheap hand, why is it bad? You have to open it and see. Lin Chen's heart was bleeding. What did he see at first sight? Divinity. That's right, it's divinity. That thing can be redeemed. And there's no limit. Who knows how many big guys in the law enforcement have killed? Things like evil gods or demons are placed on it in unlimited quantities. The points are not many, 100,000 points is a ray of divinity. Is this a lot? It is definitely not much, that is divinity, and many people want it, but they don't have it. Now I just need to work hard and do more tasks. Work hard and start by earning full points. Lin Chen took a deep breath and told Jiao Jiao and the bullies to watch Bai Shui's transformation. After that, he walked out of the gravity room directly, opened the business, made money, and then practiced. For the entire afternoon, Lin Chen lay on the counter. Don't say anything, there is no one here, not even a ghost. This is really embarrassing. In the evening, Quina came back with tiredness in her eyes. Honey, Quina lay directly on Lin Chen's body like a lazy cat. What's going on here? Lin Chen asked Quina. There will be another practice mission tomorrow, so I can't compete with you anymore. Wait until I come back, Quina said with a trace of reluctance. Experience. Where to go? Lin Chen looked at Quina and asked. There is a certain danger in a small secret realm, but it is not very dangerous, Quina said slowly. Well, keep yourself safe. Lin Chen said softly. Quina nodded, and then looked at Lin Chen with an indescribable look in her eyes. Lin Chen understood and closed the door directly, carrying Quina upstairs. Making money? Making a lot of money, how can you be as good as a wife? The next day, Lin Chen clutched his waist and walked downstairs. Quina had already left for school. Maybe she knew that it would take a few days before Lin Chen could be reunited with her, so Quina went crazy last night. As for how she got crazy, don't ask. If you ask, you just don't know. The book explaining the details is gone. Ying ying ying, the bully's voice came from the gravity chamber. Is Snow White about to finish evolving? Lin Chen walked towards the gravity room. A nearly 2-meter white giant cocoon appeared in front of Lin Chen's eyes. There were already cracks on the giant cocoon. Lin Chen knew that Bai Shui was about to complete his evolution. Sure enough, it didn't take long, Bai Shui walked out of the giant cocoon. She had a beautiful face with a hint of heroism. The hair on her temples was not hair, but some crystal-like azure scale-like fragments. Her long azure hair fell on the waist. There is also a layer of ice-covered armor on the body, very little, only the important parts are covered. The slender body is no different from a human, except that it cannot speak yet. There is a long bow made of ice on the back, a long sword at the waist. Light blue eyes. Bai Shui yelled. Lin Chen. Tuyin monsters. Omniscient eyes. Name, Extreme Ice Girl, Bai Shui. Qualification, Epic. Rank, Bronze 1. Attribute, Ice. Skill, slightly. Sure enough, his qualifications reached the epic level. This is the benefit of perfect evolution. Lin Chen nodded with satisfaction. Let's go to school, Lin Chen said to the bully Jiao Bai Shui, and put them away directly. He originally planned to go there tomorrow, but he didn't expect that Bai Shui's evolution would not take that long. Lin Chen planned to go to Mu Swecking and go to the stars now. A trip to the beast's secret realm. Find a suitable star beast. It is best to be a pure-blooded true dragon, but this is unlikely. After all, it is really difficult to get a pure-blooded true dragon without family or power. The next best thing is a night-type star beast, or an ice-type star beast, or an undead-type star beast. I also have 2 top-level soul cards, Gundu and Lich King, in my hand. As for other golden soul cards, let it go. As for the true dragon soul card, forget it, don't even think about it now. Lin Chen closed the door directly and came to the school and found Mu Swecking. Oh, why are you willing to come? Mu Swecking looked at Lin Chen and said angrily. Ahem, there's something wrong with that. The star beast was evolving yesterday, so he didn't come to school. Lin Chen said a little embarrassedly. Star beast evolution? Let me see. Mu Swecking looked at Lin Chen and raised her eyebrows. The evolution of a star beast is not a simple matter. If the star beast is not good, it will be destroyed directly. Good. Lin Chen nodded and directly released Bai Shui, the ice girl of the ultimate war. A glimmer of light flashed in Mu Swecking's eyes. Extremely good. New evolution. Mu Swecking looked at the extreme ice girl and recalled a lot of information about the ice attribute star beasts in her mind, but she couldn't find any information about the extreme ice girl. In the end, 1 is a good thing, 2 is luck, but 3 is unjustifiable. Mu Swecking tapped her fingers lightly on the table. Lin Chen's pupils shrank. Damn, he forgot. As Mu Swecking said, 1 is a good thing, 2 is good luck, but 3, this is not. If you're lucky, you can uncover it. What is your talent? The all-seeing eye. Mu Swecking looked at Lin Chen with slightly squinted eyes. Lin Chen touched his nose and lowered his head. No wonder I felt a sense of spying on you when we first met. It turns out that your talent is to check the attributes of everyone and star beasts, Swecking said leisurely, with a glint in her eyes. No wonder this guy can cultivate extremely powerful star beasts. So that's it? Then all this can be explained. You are really lucky, but be careful. This talent is of no use in combat, but it is unmatched in cultivating star beasts. You have to know that although this is a peaceful era, it will not end well if you have no strength but a treasure mountain, Swecking said softly. Lin Chen's pupils shrank. Swecking's words were a reminder to himself. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you yet. I wonder if you would like to become my teacher. Swecking looked at Lin Chen. Teacher Mew, aren't you my teacher now? Lin Chen said slowly. I am talking about a master, the kind who is a teacher for a day and a father for the rest of his life. You should know the tradition of the Shenlong Empire, which is very different from a teacher and a student, Swecking said softly and looked at Lin Chen. This guy probably wouldn't agree. Swecking slowly thought that the geniuses all have their own pride, especially those monsters who are extremely arrogant and want to become a disciple. Such a simple thing. But the next moment, Swecking was stunned. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 120. Lin Chen knelt directly in front of Swecking. Master, I would like to ask my disciple to pay homage, Lin Chen said with a smile on his face. Swecking's mouth twitched. She shouldn't overestimate this guy's integrity. Any pride is nothing in front of this guy. For Lin Chen, such a good opportunity to hug someone's thigh, wouldn't he be a fool if he didn't hug her? You must know that these days without background, things can easily happen wherever you go, and you can't do anything right. Lin Chen is not stupid. Swecking is obviously a big guy, guys. Even if they are not the most powerful group, they are not that weak. They are tough on the demon god's projection. They robbed the demon god's power directly and domineeringly. The demon god didn't even dare to let out a fart. You know how thick Swecking's thighs are. But although he doesn't know Swecking's specific strength, Lin Chen knows that Swecking must be a big shot. As for how big a boss is, this is what is needed. I didn't know until I got in touch with him later. Lin Chen is not the protagonist in those fantasy novels. He has no skills. The boss accepts the apprentice and pretends to reject it. Then the boss licks the face to lick the protagonist. This kind of brain-dead person, how is this possible? This boss has no face. Who the hell are you? A piece of rubbish has some talent but you still refuse. It's reasonable. This is just stupid. Okay, let's not talk about other things. What do you say after you refuse? The boss has no face, how can he teach you with all his heart and still lick you? I'm afraid he is just thinking about it. Lin Chen knew that if he refused, it would be difficult to say anything else, but what is certain is that in the future, I definitely won't get this kind of treatment. Lin Chen is not stupid, and he still has a lot of knowledge in his heart. He still knows how much he weighs. Moreover, his secret will be discovered sooner or later. It is not a system, but a talent, which can cultivate the best star beasts. You have a talent with no backer. People directly take it as a way to cultivate the ultimate star beast. What can you do? There is nothing you can do. There is no big boss behind you to resist the thunder. How can you withstand it? Lin Chen can't do this. I thought about it. I really thought that this was a peaceful era and no one would dare to take action. I really thought that everyone was a licker. I was thinking about it. I was still dreaming. After his talent was exposed, a big boss approached Lin Chen to train him. Star Beast, are you rejecting it or what? Without a backer, what do you want to do? Go against the will of heaven? I will crush you to death with one finger. To sum up, this is the real reason for Lin Chen to become a disciple. Do you think Lin Chen has no brains? You know, the bosses have the final say whether there is peace or not. They are the ones who make the rules of the game. You are just a person within the rules of the game. You want to break out of the rules? Do you really think it is your destiny? Add a body and become immortal? If you want to break out of the rules, you must first have the ability to break the rules. If you don't have this ability, what qualifications do you have to challenge the big guys? If someone can directly wipe out a planet with one hand, how stupid can you be? Rules are made by others. Before you have the ability, you can only abide by it. This is true no matter what world you are in. As for those who are brain dead, forget about it. In one sentence, talent does not equal strength. If you don't have that strength, you will be honest. As a human being, don't think about those messy things. Those who can become bosses are definitely not mentally retarded, and those who are mentally retarded will never become bosses. It's that simple. Get up first. Mu Swecking looked at Lin Chen, wondering if her decision was wrong. Can this guy really take over her position? Okay, Master. Lin Chen smiled very cowardly and stood up from the ground. Well, since you have become your teacher, the meeting gifts and so on will be given to you when you arrive in Bian. Now you come here because you want to go to the Star Beast's secret realm, Mu Swecking said slowly. Lin Chen nodded. What type of Star Beast do you want? Please tell me first. Mu Swecking looked at Lin Chen and said lightly. Well, would an undead humanoid Star Beast with ice attributes work? Or a night-type Star Beast can also be used? Lin Chen said with a smile. These Star Beasts, it seems that there are no Star Beast secret realms in Shenlong University. But you can take a look at the others. There are many Star Beasts of the Dragon Beast species in the Star Beast secret realm, Mu Swecking said slowly. Well, let's see when we go inside later. Lin Chen nodded. The two types of Star Beasts he mentioned are indeed relatively rare. Most of them are only found in other federal empires. The Dragon Empire has more true dragon types and other Star Beasts that are more Yanhuang type. Well, I'll send you in first. Just tell me when you're ready and I'll send you in when the time comes, Mu Swecking said calmly, and with a casual pull, the space was torn apart. A space passage appeared in front of Lin Chen. Is the boss so wild? Isn't there an entrance to a secret realm? Why are you still standing there? Mu Swecking looked at Lin Chen and said. Okay, Master, I'll go right away. Lin Chen nodded and walked directly into the space passage. At the end of the passage is the Star Beast's secret realm of Shenlong University. Here are all the Star Beasts that have been hatched not long ago. They were raised here, so they are called the first level secret realm. Look. Taking Lin Chen into the secret realm. Night type? Or a dual Star Beast with ice attributes and humanoid undead attributes. It looks like I'm going to the west for a trip and leave. Anyway, I haven't been active for a long time. Just take it as an activity, Mu Swecking murmured. As a master, not a teacher. Mu Swecking naturally wants the best for Lin Chen, since Lin Chen has said so. Is this the Star Beast secret realm of Shenlong University? Lin Chen looked at the little cubs all around him, including various types of Star Beasts. There were even rare true dragon Star Beasts. Everyone looked at Lin Chen, a human who suddenly came in. Lin Chen opened the omniscient eye. After checking, every Star Beast with qualifications lower than Platinum was found. Don't think that none of the Star Beasts Lin Chen met were legendary, but you have to look at who Lin Chen met. Those people are. They are all geniuses from various planets. To be honest, if the Star Beast's qualifications are low, it really can't be used. As for the true dragon species, Lin Chen really doesn't want the dragon beast right now. What he wants most is to be able to be with himself. Soul card fusion thing. There are no fallen angels, no vibration attributes, and there are thunder attributes, but I have Jiao Xiao, and the level of Kakashi's soul card is too low, and there is no substantial improvement. Lin Chen looked around for a long time, and finally spotted a bald one. To be precise, it was a star beast with fighting attributes. An iron-fisted beast.